Good morning, good evening and good afternoon YouTube. Welcome to New Delhi, welcome back to India. It is my last day here actually, so now after 2 weeks of touring some parts of India, I am of course at least the biggest expert on India that I know. So I will be giving you 10 reasons why you should visit India. I have my lists here too, so just so I don't forget something. Plus, I plan on doing this in one take. History. So India, it really is a historical gem. I think you could probably spend your whole life just exploring India's history, not just India, but India's states, different religions, different everything, and you would probably still be left short because it's just impossible. There are so many stories, so many, I don't know, should I say mythologies, but different stories about gods and histories and, you know, I don't know how to explain that religious stuff actually, but yeah, for history buffs, India is probably one of the best places in the world. On to the next one. Number 2. It's a land of peace and spirituality. Wow, that's a nice way to say it. I don't even know if I worded it like that, but yeah. To continue on my last point, I was with a friend who was explaining me some stuff 2 or 3 days ago, and there is, as I said, so many stories intertwined with people and people's history and India's history, like from their different gods, from how they got to be, why they did what they did. It's all so interesting. It is unbelievable. I like compared to Western religions, I'll call them like that. I don't know much about it because I'm not a religious person. But yeah, just from my perspective as someone who is an atheist, this sounds just much more interesting. That's how I'll put it. Next one. India is a natural paradise. Paradise. I think that's how you pronounce that word. Anywho, yeah, from deserts, hills, lakes, oceans, beaches, mountains, anything you want, you can find in India, which is again not surprising considering the size of the country. I mean, it is basically a continent for itself, but yeah, it really is amazing. Whatever you like, you will find here, and you could again spend many years exploring India's landscape and nature and never be finished with it. Now, number 4 is it? Hospitality. Let's talk about hospitality. I'll give you my example. A few days ago, if you watched previous videos, I got stuck in a city called Daman because my SIM card didn't work anymore, so I didn't have any internet. So without internet, I couldn't get a cab or a rickshaw or anything because I couldn't show the driver. I didn't have any means of coming back to my hotel. So what did I do? I just, of course, found the first bar to check out beers because everyone's smarter after a pint or two. Anywho, people there were so nice. They topped up my SIM card from their own phones, and they absolutely refused to take any money from me for it, and they actually offered to drive me back to my hotel. That is a perfect example of Indian hospitality. I'm in focus. That's how good people are here. Wherever I went, I had literally 0 negative experiences in my 2 weeks here. People are just amazing. There's no other way of putting it. Now, continuing to another big one about India. If you like food, well, this is a heaven for you. It is okay. You should probably be a little bit careful when just trying out something new and something that is much spicier than what you would normally eat. Maybe take probiotics and stuff like that if you're up to that. But the food is absolutely fantastic. I don't know how else to put it. I didn't have any problems. I liked trying different stuff, and if you like exploring something new, trying different stuff that you never had before, well, again, this is a country to be in. There's not much places like India in the world if you like food. Budget friendly, says my next note. Well, it is indeed. So after you buy a ticket, which I can't tell you actually, I think from Croatia it was 550 or 600 euros, something like that. It's approximately the same in dollars, I believe, so let's say it is. Anywho, when you get here, well, it's ridiculous. Like beer in some local bar or a shop, it's basically 70 cents. Is it? No, 90 cents, something like that. It's 70 rupees. In a hotel, which is like a 3 or 4 stars, beer is under 2 euros, under $2. It's unbelievable. Like, food in a restaurant, in a decent restaurant, you will have a whole, let's call it a lunch with a starter and a drink for less than $10. Absolutely. So yeah, once you get here, it's really hard to spend some enormous, well, I shouldn't say that, you can always spend enormous amount of money. But yeah, if you're a normal average person, like I consider myself to be, it really is affordable and it shouldn't be a problem for anyone. So just come here. Next one, train journeys. If you come to India, you absolutely have to take their train. I was on 2 sleeper trains, overnight ones. One was 9 hours, other one was 7, I believe. It is an experience for itself. I don't know how else to explain it. It is not as bad as you can see it in some YouTube videos where people are jumping through the windows, on the roof, out of the window. I'm sure that exists, but probably on some local trains or something like that. But intercity one and overnight ones, it's a pleasant experience actually. You even get the internet, you got your plugs to charge things, you get a clean sheet. But okay, clean is maybe maybe I shouldn't say clean, but cleanish sheet and a towel. So yeah, not too bad. It's an experience. So if you come to India, do it. Try the trains. Next one, best tea. Well, I am not a person to talk about that, to be honest, because I don't really like tea. I don't drink it. Maybe Lorraine, if she was here, she would tell you. But I did try it. It was too sweet for me, but it is literally on every single corner in India. Every 15 meters you can buy a tea on some kind of improvised stall, or there's someone just sitting on the road and making a tea, because that's how common it is. Now we're gonna talk about one thing that I didn't see, but I want to mention, because, well, mostly actually because my dad, I was supposed to go and see it. I'm talking about Taj Mahal. I was supposed to go and see it. I booked the trip. When I come to the bus, it was overbooked, so I couldn't get it. That's why I did not see Taj Mahal. But it really does look like something out of this world and something different. So I do believe if you come to India, and which I believe I will come again, Taj Mahal should be something that you shouldn't miss, like I did. But yeah, remember that. And last but not the least, since I was at a wedding, for those of you who don't know, I got to see their traditional, too bright again? I don't know. Traditional dances and music, and that was one of the highlights of my journey, I have to admit. Like that was the second or third day of my trip, of my stay in India. It was an engagement party. I'm gonna put some of it over this probably now. Yeah, it's very cool. It's very cool to see something like that, which is so different than, well, okay, I'm gonna talk about weddings in Ireland, in Croatia. It's completely different, but I believe it's different than whole Europe. So yeah, I don't know what else to tell you. Now, from here, I'm actually going to my Airbnb now to pack. I'm gonna pack. I have 2 or 3 hours left, and then I'm gonna go to the airport because I'm flying to Vietnam. As some of you already know who watch the videos, Lorraine is already on her way, so my phone keeps trying to escape my pocket, and the sun is annoying me because it's on the wrong side now. Anywho, we're going to Vietnam, and we're gonna, okay, I'm gonna do this like this. Stay there 3 weeks. So if you like this video, we make few of them per week while we're traveling. Press the like button. If you love it, press the subscribe button. If you really love it, please check our Patreon. There's a lot of extra stuff there. Plus you get the videos before they're shown to mortals on YouTube. Anywho, packing, washing and traveling. Let's go to Vietnam. Until next one.